Welcome to Wise Elders Stories channel. Subscribe to Wise Elders Stories channel for more valuable insights. Have you ever considered the small adjustments you can implement to enhance your strength, health, and energy as the years go by? Imagine discovering that you don't require costly medications or grueling workouts to revitalize your body and reclaim your independence. In this video, I will share the motivating story of Helen Peterson, a woman who seized control of her health by adopting simple yet powerful habits that resulted in a remarkable transformation. If you're weary of feeling stiff, weak, or drained, this is something you won't want to miss. Stay with me until the end as I unveil 6 transformative habits that empowered Helen to overcome muscle weakness, enhance circulation, and regain her confidence. You'll discover natural remedies such as a straightforward brush massage that revitalized her muscles, an age-old bone broth recipe that rejuvenated her body from within, and the benefits of deep breathing in accelerating muscle regeneration. But there's more. I'll also explore the science behind these effective habits, illustrating how simple daily practices can significantly boost your muscle strength and mobility. In this video, we delve into the essence of vitality, whether you're aiming to restore your strength, halt further decline, or simply enhance your well-being. It's filled with practical, actionable tips that are easy to implement. Join me as we explore how Helen's journey can motivate you to take charge and transform your life, regardless of your age. Don't let this opportunity slip away, your future self will appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support truly means everything to me. Should you find this video enjoyable, your support in sharing these important lessons would be greatly appreciated. If the topic resonates with you, please comment with a 1, if not, a 0 will help me understand how to enhance my content for you. Now, let's dive right in. Habit 1, the brush massage that awakened her muscles. Helen Peterson's journey to reclaiming her vitality started with something remarkably simple yet deeply impactful, transforming her perspective on self-care and healing. From an unexpected place came a suggestion from a dear friend, a therapist who had witnessed Helen's daily struggles with the discomfort of aging. The advice was unassuming, almost too simple to believe. Helen, before you dive into intense exercise routines or reach for medications, take a moment to wake up your muscles. Try a brush massage. Skeptical at first, Helen couldn't ignore the intrigue that sparked within her. How could something so simple, so basic, make any difference in the face of years of stiffness and discomfort? But something inside her stirred a sense of possibility. Perhaps it was time for a new approach, a chance to explore something different. She resolved to give it a shot. The instructions were straightforward, even if they felt unfamiliar at first. The concept was simple: use a natural bristle brush, nothing extravagant, just a modest tool, and massage her skin in gentle circular motions. There was one guiding principle: always move toward the heart. This rule felt oddly reassuring in its simplicity, as if her weary body was yearning for something that demanded little effort yet offered so much in return. Promised so much with each soft rhythmic movement, Helen could feel the brush awakening her body in ways she hadn't thought possible. The circulation that had long been sluggish began to revive, sending oxygen and nutrients flowing to her muscles, while the lymphatic system, which had been overwhelmed and neglected, started to hum with new energy. Helen could almost feel the toxic buildup that had weighed her down begin to dissipate, as if the brush itself was sweeping away years of neglect. In those first few days, the sensation was strange, foreign even. The bristles on her skin seemed to awaken a new vitality within her weary body, yet as the days transformed into weeks, something extraordinary unfolded. Helen began to perceive a change. Her muscles, once rigid and resistant, began to yield. The tightness that had turned every movement into a daunting task started to dissipate. The simple act of rising from bed, which had once been a painful ordeal, became less of a battle. Helen sensed herself becoming lighter, more graceful each morning as she stood before the mirror. She could almost feel her. Her body responded in a way it hadn't in years, a quiet thrill coursing through her. In the simplicity of the ritual before her morning shower, Helen would take those 5 to 10 minutes, starting at her feet and slowly working her way up, one gentle stroke at a time. She could feel the pressure of the brush awakening her skin, rousing muscles that had long been dormant, yet without any discomfort. It was as if the brush was coaxing her body to remember its strength and resilience. Afterwards, Helen would apply coconut oil, a natural soothing balm to hydrate her skin, leaving behind a lasting sense of peace and well-being. In that simple act, she found a moment of connection with her body, something she had almost forgotten was possible. What made this seemingly simple habit so effective? Research supports the profound impact of dry exfoliation. A study published in the Journal of Aging Research found that this technique could increase blood circulation by up to 25%, significantly improving the oxygen flow to the muscles. This increased circulation stimulates the lymphatic system, helping to flush out toxins that could weaken the body over time, but it didn't stop there. Other studies reveal that tactile stimulation, something as basic as brushing the skin, can reactivate neuromuscular connections, which is particularly crucial for older adults. For Helen, this brush massage was more than just a skincare routine, it was a vital step toward reconnecting with her strength. It was the moment when she realized that despite the years, she still had control. Her body was still capable of renewal. This simple daily practice became a powerful act of self-care. She cherished the affirmation that, regardless of how far she had drifted from her true self, she possessed the ability to return. It's all too easy to underestimate the significance of small habits, particularly in a society fixated on immediate outcomes and drastic measures. Yet, for Helen, this brush massage transcended mere skin care. It was a journey towards reclaiming her vitality, one gentle stroke at a time. For anyone open to slowing down, listening, and nurturing their body in the simplest of ways, the same awakening is within reach. Habit 2. The restorative broth that revitalized her. Power. After experiencing the initial benefits of her brush massages, Helen Peterson felt a glimmer of hope that she hadn't known in years. Yet, deep inside, she knew that true strength wouldn't come from the surface alone, it had to come from the inside out, from the very core of her being. That's when she remembered a conversation she'd had with her granddaughter, a bright young woman studying nutrition, who had shared with Helen an old family secret, a recipe passed down through generations, almost forgotten by time. At first, Helen didn't. She didn't think much of it, it seemed too simple, too humble. But when she heard the words, bone broth, a stirring deep within her began. Little did she know that this ancient mixture, so deeply rooted in her ancestors' traditions, would become her saving grace. The recipe, though simple, turned out to be a potent elixir, one that would nourish her body in ways she had never expected. This wasn't just any broth, it was a magical concoction, rich in collagen, a treasure trove of minerals like calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, and packed with amino acids that were recognized for their ability to heal and rejuvenate muscles. It was precisely what she sought, something to revive her vitality, her strength, her sense of self. Helen had faced numerous challenges, weathering the trials of aging and the physical demands of the years. Yet, the instant she savored that warm, nurturing liquid, she realized she was embarking on a journey toward healing. The recipe for Helen's strengthening broth included 2 pounds of beef or chicken bones, ideally with cartilage rich in nourishing marrow, and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to extract the minerals from the bones, fresh ginger, garlic, and onion bursting with life and flavor, a handful of rosemary and parsley to give depth and healing qualities, enough water to cover everything, symbolizing the essence of life itself. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Helen approached the preparation with love, as though she were tending to a garden. She placed all the ingredients into a large pot, filled it with water, and slowly let it simmer. For 12 long hours, she devoted the time and space necessary for transformation, never rushing the process. It required patience and care, much like the way she had nurtured her family over the years. The slow simmering allowed every last nutrient to seep from the bones, resulting in a rich, deeply nourishing broth that transcended mere sustenance. It was a lifeline. Each day, Helen would sip a steaming cup of the strengthening elixir, feeling its warmth spread through her body like a gentle, revitalizing wave. Almost feel her muscles waking up, her joints releasing their tension, and her energy being restored. At first, it was subtle, a small flicker of energy in the morning, a hint of strength where there had been none before. But as the days went by, Helen could feel her body changing. It was as though her muscles had been rejuvenated, like new life was flowing through her veins. The stiffness in her joints began to dissolve, and the simple act of getting out of bed no longer felt like a monumental task. It was the kind of change that crept in. Slowly, imperceptibly at first, but eventually, Helen realized she was no longer the woman who had struggled just to keep up with her daily routine. She was regaining herself, her strength, her vitality, her will to live fully. Why it worked? Scientific studies, such as those published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, explain the powerful effects of collagen on muscle regeneration and joint health. The collagen in bone broth works like a restorative balm for the body, promoting healing from the inside out. Magnesium and calcium, too vital minerals, play a crucial role in muscle contraction and bone health. The additional benefits of ginger and garlic, both known for their potent anti-inflammatory properties, work together to speed up Helen's recovery, alleviating pain and swelling and revitalizing her spirit. This extraordinary blend of nutrients and healing herbs provided not only comfort but also a remarkable transformation in a cup, aiding Helen's recovery on both physical and emotional levels. She realized that this broth had done more than just restore her strength, it had truly given her a renewed sense of vitality. Back the chance to embrace life anew, free from the relentless weight of weakness and fatigue. It was a gift, a simple yet profound reminder that the most powerful remedies often arise from the most unexpected sources. Habit 3. Deep breathing that revitalized her muscles. Helen Peterson had been adhering to a meticulous routine, integrating brush massages and nourishing bone broth into her daily life. Yet, a lingering sensation persisted, as if her body was not entirely healing, as if something essential was still absent, leaving her feeling ensnared. A cycle of weariness enveloped her, an unyielding grip that resisted her every attempt to escape. Each morning greeted her with heavy limbs and the same relentless fatigue, even after what felt like a light day. Frustration mounted, and she found herself questioning whether there was something she had overlooked in her pursuit of true vitality. Then, in a moment of serendipity during a consultation with her doctor, Helen received a revelation that would alter her path. With a knowing glance, the doctor shared insights about something Helen had never even considered: her breathing. Could something so simple be the key to unlocking her body's potential for healing? The idea seemed almost too good to be true. Yet, the doctor explained how her breathing technique might hold the power to transform her tired, achy muscles and rejuvenate her body in a way nothing else had. With a mixture of skepticism and hope, Helen decided to give it a try. The doctor introduced her to the 478 breathing technique. At first, Helen wasn't sure what to expect. She was skeptical. How could something as simple as breathing properly make such a difference? The contrast was evident, yet the allure of a resolution was impossible to overlook. Each morning, as the gentle sunlight poured through the windows, Helen would find solace in a chair, closing her eyes and taking a deep breath. The rhythm was straightforward, almost tranquil. She would inhale slowly through her nose for 4 seconds, hold her breath for 7, and then exhale deeply through her mouth for 8. In the stillness of those moments, a sense of calm enveloped her, a relief she hadn't known she needed. As she continued practicing this new technique, something magical began to unfold. It wasn't immediate, but over time, Helen started noticing significant changes. She no longer woke up with that same feeling of dread, that heaviness in her muscles. Instead, she felt lighter, more energized, as if her body was no longer working against her. The persistent fatigue that had clung to her for so long began to dissipate, like a fog lifting after a storm. Her muscles, once sluggish and slow to recover, started regenerating with surprising vigor. Speeding through simple tasks that once left her drained no longer felt like monumental challenges. She felt stronger, more vibrant, and far more connected to her own body than she had in years. What made this practice so transformative? According to studies published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, deep breathing techniques like the 4-7-8 method can dramatically increase the oxygen supply to muscle tissues. This surge of oxygen doesn't just energize the body, it accelerates muscle regeneration and significantly reduces fatigue. Moreover, controlled breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, aiding in relaxation and enhancing sleep quality, both vital for muscle recovery. What Helen didn't realize was that by dedicating time each day to breathe deeply and consciously, she was nourishing her muscles in a way that surpassed any massage or supplement. Integrating this deep breathing practice into her daily routine not only provided her muscles with the oxygen they craved but also bestowed upon her a profound sense of peace. Of mind and physical restoration she had been seeking, each breath transformed into an act of self-care, a precious gift to herself. What began as a simple technique evolved into a ritual, a sacred moment of reprieve in her day. For Helen, it transcended mere breathing. It was about reclaiming her well-being, embracing her body, and trusting in the healing power that resided within her, patiently waiting to be unleashed. Habit 4 became the cane that reignited her strength. For Helen Peterson, the journey toward recovery resembled a slow, arduous ascent, but after months of dedication, she began to notice the subtle yet unmistakable changes in her body. Her circulation, once sluggish, now flowed more freely. Nourished with the right nutrients, her body started to heal. Breathing became easier, and with each deep breath, she felt a surge of energy she hadn't experienced in years. The improvements were undeniable, but there was something more Helen longed for, her strength. She understood that to truly reclaim her vitality, she needed to find a safe and effective way to rebuild her muscle strength. It was during a visit to her physiotherapist that Helen stumbled upon a transformative technique. The cane, an object she had previously regarded merely as a walking aid, was reintroduced to her as a formidable ally in her journey to recovery. At first, it appeared to be nothing more than a crutch for her unsteady steps, but she would soon uncover its deeper significance. The cane evolved into more than just a mobility tool, it became a gateway to discovering her physical strength. It provided an ideal balance of safety and challenge, guiding her in realigning her body. Enhance her posture and reawaken the muscles that had long been inactive, Helen utilized the cane to regain her strength. With a commitment to this new phase of her recovery, she embraced it with an open mind and a patient heart. She began to integrate the cane into straightforward exercises, ranging from front lifts to gentle trunk rotations and supportive squats. The initial sessions were deliberate and measured, as Helen concentrated on refining each movement. Her muscles, once feeble and unresponsive, gradually started to come alive with every exercise, marking the beginning of her progress. The journey was gradual, yet the sense of accomplishment felt immeasurable with each small victory. Whether it was standing up from a chair effortlessly or holding a pose with steady balance, Helen could feel her confidence blossoming. No longer did she fear the weakness that once left her feeling helpless. Instead, she embraced the challenge of reclaiming her strength. The cane provided more than just physical support, it offered Helen a psychological boost, a sense of security she hadn't realized she was missing. With the cane, she could finally take the necessary steps forward. To rebuild her strength without the constant fear of falling or injury, the fear of weakness, once a shadow that loomed over her every move, began to dissipate. The cane became a symbol of her resilience and her unwavering determination to regain control over her body and life. Why it worked, the results Helen experienced were not a mere coincidence. Scientific research backs the effectiveness of cane exercises in improving balance, stabilizing muscle strength, and enhancing overall physical function in older adults, according to the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity. Utilizing a cane during exercise serves as essential support, empowering individuals to engage their muscles while minimizing the risk of injury or falls. The cane provides a solid foundation, facilitating movements that might otherwise seem precarious. For Helen, this seemingly simple yet impactful instrument enabled her to transcend her limits, revitalizing both her physical strength and her independence. It became more than just an accessory. It was her ally in regaining the life she once believed was beyond her reach. Ultimately, the cane represented much more than a mere means of support. It was a testament to the power of persistence, the courage to try new things, and the belief that no matter our age, we all can strengthen ourselves with every exercise. Helen not only improved her muscles but also reignited her spirit. Habit 5: Antioxidant-rich diet. Helen Peterson had been on a long, arduous journey toward recovery, and while she had made remarkable progress, she was acutely aware that the work wasn't over. Her body had started to feel stronger, her energy levels rising, but she knew that her body required the appropriate nourishment to recover completely and efficiently. It wasn't merely a matter of increasing her workouts or enduring the exhaustion. It was about providing herself with the deepest level of sustenance. She understood that her dietary choices would significantly influence the strength she aimed to restore. Helen intentionally transformed her eating habits, focusing on foods rich in antioxidants, the essential elements her body needed to heal and flourish. This transition was not straightforward. It represented a fundamental change in her perspective. Food, a profound dedication to nourishing her body with the finest ingredients. Quinoa emerged as her trusted ally. It transcended mere grain status, becoming a complete protein that delivered the vital amino acids her muscles craved for recovery. Each bite symbolized a commitment to her future, a vow to herself to heal and flourish. If you are still watching this video and find these insights valuable, please comment below to let me know you are still here with me. The incorporation of berries into her meals evolved into something of a ritual. These small vibrant bursts of color were not merely a delight for her taste buds, they were brimming with antioxidants, formidable defenders against the inflammation and oxidative stress that perpetually challenged her body's healing journey. The vitamins and nutrients they offered transcended momentary pleasure. They served as her shield, fortifying her immune system and accelerating her recovery. Each time Helen savored a handful of berries, she felt as though she was inching closer to her vibrant, healthy self. She loved to be there. And then there were the pumpkin seeds. At first, they seemed like a small, insignificant addition to her diet, but she quickly learned how deeply they supported her. Rich in magnesium and zinc, they weren't just about muscle function, they were about sustaining her energy levels throughout the day. When she felt exhausted, as if she couldn't go on, it was the magnesium from those humble seeds that helped keep her going. They were a quiet but steadfast partner in her recovery process, ensuring she had the strength to continue. As she progressed with each thoughtfully selected ingredient, Helen sensed a transformation within her, growing stronger and more resilient. The nutrients she consumed were not merely sustenance, they were empowering her. By adopting a diet abundant in antioxidants and essential minerals, Helen was not only on the path to recovery but also laying down a robust foundation of health that would support her throughout her journey. Though the process was challenging, each meal filled her with a profound sense of pride, affirming her commitment to healing from within. It became clear that her journey transcended mere physical strength. It was about a deep and powerful nurturing of herself. In that moment, Helen recognized she was on the right path. Habit 6 involved walking barefoot on natural textures. Helen Peterson's path to recovery had already been a significant transformation, yet she was not satisfied with merely sustaining her progress. For her, it was not only about improvement but also about enhancing her sense of well-being and reconnecting with herself in profoundly meaningful ways. Enriching, she longed for something that would elevate her experience, something that would make her feel more alive, more grounded, more whole. And then, like a quiet revelation, she stumbled upon the simple yet remarkably powerful habit of walking barefoot on natural textures like grass, sand, and even soft earth. At first glance it seemed like such a small thing, just walking without shoes, but as she stepped onto the lush grass she could instantly feel the difference. It wasn't just a physical sensation. It was an awakening. The coolness of the sand nestled between her toes, the softness of the grass cradling her feet, everything felt so vivid, so alive, so intertwined with the earth in a manner she hadn't felt in years. It transcended a mere foot exercise. It was an emotional reset, a reconnection to something primal, something uncomplicated yet profoundly nourishing. As she walked barefoot, Helen discovered that this practice awakened muscles in her feet and legs that had long been silent. Muscles she never knew existed began to engage, her posture started to enhance, and her balance improved. Once unsteady, she grew more solid, as if she were rediscovering her body from the ground up, restoring strength to areas that had been neglected. By taking the time to walk in this mindful, natural way, she felt vitality returning, not just in her legs and feet, but throughout her entire being. The best part was that this practice wasn't solely about the physical, it encompassed emotional and spiritual benefits as well. Each time her bare feet sank into the grass or brushed against the soft, warm sand, she experienced a profound sense of connection. Of tranquility envelop her. It was as though the very ground was anchoring her, easing her thoughts and nurturing her spirit in this sacred stillness of her walk. She sensed a deep connection not only to the earth beneath her feet but also to her own essence. The burdens of the world began to fade with each step, replaced by a remarkable sense of awareness, serenity, and emotional clarity. It felt as if her body and soul were in perfect alignment, and with every stride, she moved closer to the inner peace she had yearned for. Helen was overwhelmed by a deep sense of fulfillment. Deep appreciation for this simple yet transformative habit. It provided her with the strength to persevere, the emotional equilibrium to navigate life's fluctuations, and the grounding connection to nature that many overlook in the rush of contemporary existence. By weaving barefoot walking into her daily routine, she nurtured not just her body but also her spirit. She experienced a sense of wholeness and alignment with herself, and this newfound balance propelled her ongoing transformation, enabling her to embrace each day with increased joy and purpose. A deep, unwavering sense of peace in a world that often urges us to move faster, do more, and constantly achieve. Helen discovered the most profound answer in the simplest act, walking barefoot on the earth. The lesson she embraced was clear: sometimes, the most powerful practices are those that slow us down, ground us, and reconnect us with what truly matters, the world beneath our feet and the peace within our hearts. As we conclude today's exploration of powerful habits for aging gracefully, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on everything. We've explored the idea that small, intentional changes, such as walking barefoot on natural textures, can significantly enhance our physical and emotional well-being. This simple act has the power to reconnect us with our bodies and the world around us. So, what insights have you gained? Is there something that struck a chord with you, something you feel motivated to incorporate into your own life? I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below, highlighting one lesson you've taken away today and how you intend to weave it into your daily routine. Let's keep this dialogue going and motivate one another to embrace healthier, more balanced lives. If you enjoyed this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more enlightening content. Your support truly means everything to us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.